Today I want to talk about my favorite part of the Build, Nurture, Convert framework, and that's the convert part, because this is where you get results and your students get to jump in with you and get results from your courses and your coaching. So this is like the gold at the end of the rainbow. So let's talk about today how you improve those conversions so that you can help even more people. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here's your host, Julie Hood.
So it's episode 196, so you can find all of the links at coursecreatorshq.com/196 or check out the show notes. And today we're continuing and doing the last of our series on the Build, Nurture, Convert framework, which is the 3 different steps that you need as you're building your online course business. I will link to the previous episodes, so if you want to go back and listen to those so you can get the full picture on all the different steps, please jump in for that. So that'll be in the show notes. And then the other thing, I'm so excited about this. This week it is June the 11th, 2024. We are starting the Course Profits Challenge, which is going to give everyone who jumps in a preview of the Course Profits Accelerator 2.0 program. So I've made a bunch of changes. I got rid of some stuff that I didn't think was all that helpful, added in some of the key pieces to help you get results, and I want you to jump into this free challenge so that you can see what it's like to work with me. And I'm giving you some of the forms from the workbook that we use, the actual forms, so it's all free. Come jump in to the challenge. I get so energized when I get to work with you. There's something powerful about being able to help you take the next step. It just is one of my very favorite things to do. So I'm really hoping you will jump in with us, and at least for the challenge, and definitely for this next session of the Course Profits Accelerator program, because it's going to be so good. So before we jump in on these secrets, I want to talk a little bit about why converting is so essential. Because when I say convert, I'm talking about people opting in to your freebies, so that's a conversion. I'm talking about people opening your emails. That's what I consider conversion. People signing up for your programs, your courses, your coaching, your one-on-one, whatever it is you're doing, that's a conversion. So there's all of these different little things that can happen and be considered conversions, but there are some main principles that you can follow to make you even better at making them happen. And so I want to go through this week some of these different secrets so that you can constantly be expanding your ability to convert. So number one is the number one secret. I want you to use persuasive language. Some people call this copywriting. I just like to think of it as being persuasive. And let me give you an example. So suppose I put together a course that was a training all about and called it How to Create an Online Course. Or suppose I put together an online training that said 6 steps to create an online course that wows your students, gets incredible results, and creates rockstar revenue. And suppose that they both had the same content. Which one would you be more likely to sign up for? Like 100% the 6 steps one with all of those persuasive words in there. I'm talking about the results that you're going to get. I'm telling you it's specifically 6 steps. Like all of those things are even more persuasive. So don't do boring, do more persuasive. Some people, like I said, call this copywriting, but it's basically ditching a lot of what your English teacher may have told you about the proper way to write. And we're going to write more like we speak. So sometimes we will start sentences with and, or maybe we have incomplete sentences. It lets you write like you're talking to someone. Plus, it gives you a way to really communicate the feelings behind what you're doing. And it is so important that I have an entire handbook that I give my students in Course Profits Accelerator when they jump in, because I want them to get better at this. And then I'll give you one more little like sub-secret, a little mini secret for this one. One thing you can do is use some of the AI tools and ask them to write something more persuasively for you. So it'll give you some ideas. I like to massage them and edit them, and then I'll pull, if I say give me 10 different headlines, I'll pull a couple words from here and a couple words from here and make it my own. So that is another way to be more persuasive. Okay, secret number 2, and this is a big one that please don't groan at this one on me. Secret number 2 is I want you to track your results and look at some numbers. You don't have to look at a lot of numbers, but at least look at a few numbers, because that's how you know that you're improving, and how you really know what's working is you can see things change. So here are some of the things that I'd love for you to be tracking. One is the conversion rate on your opt-in pages. And what you do is you take the number of people who opt in on a page and you divide it by the number of people who visited that page. And that will give you a percentage. And so you always want to be working to increase that percentage. Another one that I love for you to do, the conversion rate on your sales page. So how many sales you've made divided by the number of people who came to the page and looked at it. That tells you what your conversion rate is for that sales page. And there's lots of email numbers to look at, the number of subscribers you have, the number of opens, which has gotten a little fuzzy lately, but at least you can look at it and see the number of clicks that you're getting. Are people opening and then not clicking through, or are they opening and definitely clicking through, to see where you're sending them? And then anything that you're trying to make better, figure out a number that you can look at to tell if it's working or not. So that's secret number 2, which is track some results. Secret number 3 to better conversions is to pay specific attention to subject lines and headlines. So before email can work for you, it's one of the most powerful tools that you have to use to improve your conversions. But before that can work for you, you have to get it opened. So you have to have a subject line that's intriguing and makes people be curious. And I'm not talking about clickbaity kind of headlines. I just want them to be the powerful, like, oh, I wonder what that is kind of headlines and subject lines. Same sort of thing as you're putting headlines on your opt-in pages, as you're putting headlines on your sales pages. Like, you got to grab people's attention initially so that they will keep reading and keep looking at what it is you're offering. So definitely pay attention to those subject lines and headlines. That's secret number 3. And then secret number 4, I want you to make more offers and change them up. Keep offering things and you'll be amazed. It's a little like how the baseball players get up to bat and they keep swinging and they keep swinging, and sometimes they'll strike out, sometimes they get a single, sometimes they hit a home run, and the home runs, and especially like the grand slams, those are kind of few and far between, but they have to get up there and do all those at-bats to make that happen. So I want you to have lots of at-bats, lots of different things that you're putting out to see what's going to resonate the most with my audience. And it changes, kind of unfortunately, I guess. Something that worked before may not work at the same level, and so we're constantly getting to improve, change up, make things new, and work on them. So make more offers and keep changing them up. And then secret number 5, really, really work on those sales pages that you have put together where you're talking about your coaching or you're talking about your course. And here are a few things that you can add in to make them better. 1, tell a very persuasive story about a student and talk about where they were and where they got to from your course. So tell a story. Add countdown timers. Add testimonials and reviews from people who have worked with you or taken the course. Add in the guarantee. So think about what your guarantee could look like, because You want to have that spelled out on the page. Add in new headlines. So try out new headlines, because that's the very first thing. You're getting people coming to the page and you want them to keep reading. Try out some different headlines and pay attention. Another sort of stat you can be looking at is how much time they spend on the page. So if you change out the headline and they're spending more time, that means it's working better. People are staying around and reading more. And definitely, this is also a really important one. Break up your sales page text with bullets, with pictures, with subheadlines. Yes, a big, long sales page that is just paragraphs and paragraphs of text is probably going to be boring. But if I can skim through first and kind of find the interesting things, because you've got headlines and pictures and bullets, I'll be much more likely to check out the whole sales page that you've put together. And then I want you to have lots of buy buttons, because you never know for sure what's going to get someone excited. It could be a specific testimonial or a specific section that you have that they are ready to buy. So don't make them go hunting for where to sign up. Have lots of buy buttons. And because this is so important, this is an entire course that I put into Course Profits Accelerator, because you need this persuasiveness to your sales pages. So we spend a lot of time working on them, thinking about them. And last week in particular, I was working with one of my coaching clients on her sales page, and she's done such an incredible job of not only making it interesting and broken up, she's also spent a lot of time on the headlines and the language and used kind of our initial layout, and then she's modified it and worked on it. So I can't wait to see what kind of conversion rate she gets from that sales page. So hopefully these 5 ideas give you something to work on this week. Put it in your calendar right now. I'll repeat the 5 for you. Use persuasive language is number 1. Number 2, track your results so you know what's working. Number 3, pay attention to those subject lines and headlines. Number 4, make more offers and change them up. And then secret number 5, work on your sales pages to get better conversions. So I hope this gave you something to think about, and that you are a little bit intrigued about us getting to work together. Please come join us for the challenge. I love working with you and hearing what you're working on, what course you're putting together, how you're getting in front of students, or helping you brainstorm how to get in front of students, plus helping you figure out what to do and what not to do right now, because there are some things that are super important to do at the beginning, and then there's some things that can wait and might get in your way if you start doing them too soon. So please come join us. CourseProfitsChallenge.com to get in the challenge, and then we'll be talking about signing you up to potentially come work with me. Thanks so much for being here this week. Hope this was helpful. And I'm so excited that you're here. We're 4 episodes away from episode 200. I can't wait to celebrate with you. And if you have any suggestions on good ways to celebrate, let me know. Come find me on Instagram and message me with some celebration ideas, some things that you've seen people doing, because I'd love to hear what they are and what you've seen. All right. Have a fantastic week. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the space in your earbuds. Thank you for reviewing. I love those 5-star reviews. So if you don't mind throwing one of those out there, we're specifically trying to build up the podcast for our 200th episode. So if you could share it with your groups and your Facebook groups that you're in, and let them know that they should come listen to the Course Creators HQ podcast, that would be fantastic. Thanks again. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you in the challenge. Talk to you soon.